Hello everybody, my name is Michael Quinn. I'm one of the directors of the Quinn Group. This month on Quintessential TV, we'll be discussing trusts and what happens in a liquidation. There's been no shortage of cases in recent years dealing with a scenario where a corporate trustee of a trust goes into liquidation. Judges have drawn on various authorities to provide guidance on key principles surrounding the liquidator exercising the company's right of indemnity and supporting lien, and the interaction of with the Corporations Act, most notably whether the priority provisions apply. Despite the number of cases, uncertainty remains, and currently there is no firm overriding authority on a final position. One of the most recent cases that have arisen has been the case involving the dealing with trust assets in Lane, trustee, in the matter of Lee, the bankrupt, against the Deputy Commissioner of Taxation, a 2017 case. The matter involves a bankrupt who was sole trustee of a discretionary family trust that had owned and operated a Subway franchise business and employed several staff. Prior, the trust sold the Subway business, resulting in substantial sale proceeds. It must be noted that the bankrupt remained as trustee of the trust after appointment of the bankruptcy trustees. This was because there was no ipso facto clause removing the bankrupt as trustee due to the bankruptcy. From the outset, it was apparent that the trustees were dealing with both Subway business assets, being the sale proceeds, the trust assets, and the bankrupt's personal assets, non-trust assets. The trustees also found the Subway business had outstanding debts, and separately the bankrupt's personal debts, which included personal credit cards, loans and tax debt, that exceeded the value of trust and non-trust assets. Compounding the complexity was an unfair preference claim comprising of payments partially made using the bankrupt's own funds and trust funds, but the debt only related to a trust debt. The lack of precedence involving a bankrupt trustee of a trust and administrations dealing with both trust and non-trust assets and creditors led the trustees to seek directions from the Federal Court. A 111-page judgment was handed down by Justice Derrington. His Honour provided much needed guidance on some key principles around a bankrupt trustee's right of indemnity out of trust assets. And these included: 1. Trustee has the right of indemnity from trust assets in respect of trust debts. 2. The right of indemnity from trust assets falls into two distinct parts, being the right of recoupment, which is the right to reimbursement from trust assets for trust debts discharged by the trustees using personal funds, and right of exoneration, being the right to discharge trust debts from trust assets. 3. The trustee has an equitable lien supporting the right of indemnity. Upon the trustee's insolvency, trust creditors are subrogated to the trustee's right of exoneration and supporting lien. Point 4. The right of recoupment and right of exoneration is the insolvent trustee's personal property, which passes to the bankruptcy trustee as property of the bankrupt, divisible amongst creditors. Point 5. The right of recoupment results in the trust funds being transferred beneficially to the bankrupt estate, available to meet the claims of both trust and non-trust creditors under the priority provisions of the Bankruptcy Act. Point 6. The right of exoneration is much more limited. It does not result funds being beneficially received by the bankrupt estate, merely a right to use trust funds to discharge trust debts to the exclusion of non-trust creditors. And finally, point 7, as all trust creditors have equal rights of subrogation to the right of exoneration and supporting lien, payments out of this right are to occur pari passu. If you'd like a fact sheet in relation to this particular matter, please contact us via email at info@quinns.com.au. If you'd like to know more about trusts and what happens in a liquidation, please contact us. You're welcome to email us at info@quinns.com.au. We'd love to get your feedback with relation to Quintessential TV, so please like, comment and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you all next month. I'm Michael Quinn.